Okay, let me ask you something. Have you ever had a brilliant app idea? The kind that's crystal clear in your head, you know exactly how it should work, but the second you think about actually building it, your brain just short circuits, right? You start thinking about databases, APIs, all that technical stuff, and just like that, poof, in that moment of overwhelm, the idea just dies. It happens to the best of us.
Well, what if you could just skip all that? What if building an app was literally as easy as having a conversation? That is the incredible promise we're going to dive into today. We're going to show you how anyone, and I seriously mean anyone, can now turn their ideas into working apps using nothing but plain English. Let's get into it.
So here's the game plan. First, we'll break down what vibe coding even is. Then, we'll look at why it's such a massive game changer. We'll figure out if it's the right fit for you, cover what to do when your AI gets a little weird, and then we'll wrap up by actually walking you through building your first app. Okay, first up, what in the world is this new way of building things? Well, it all boils down to this really cool shift from syntax to intent. At its core, vibe coding is basically programming by having a chat. Instead of you needing to write every single line of code perfectly, you just describe the outcome you want. You explain your idea, and the AI figures out your intent and turns it into real, working software. It's called vibe coding because the whole process is way more intuitive. You just describe the vibe, see what happens, and then you tweak it.
And this quote right here, it totally nails it. For decades, if you wanted to build something, you had to learn the computer's language perfectly. But now with these new AI models, the computer is finally learning to understand our language. And that is the huge leap forward. We're moving away from mastering technical grammar and moving toward just being able to explain a vision clearly.
And yeah, this comparison just says it all, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the old way, this huge, frustrating mountain of code you have to climb just to get started. And on the other side, you've got the new way, a straight line from your idea to a real product. The hardest part isn't the coding anymore. It's just knowing what you want to build and being able to describe it.
So let's talk about how this translates into the real world. This isn't just some fun new toy, you guys. It's a seriously powerful tool that's already helping people turn their ideas into actual income.
You think this is just for little side projects? Think again. This number, $120,000. That's what one creator, Lucy Wei, made from a learning platform she built entirely by talking to an AI. This is not a toy, folks. This is a legitimate business tool. And it's not just for these huge platforms. You can build some incredibly useful stuff in just a few minutes. I mean, imagine making an AI travel planner that learns your travel style, or a service that helps people fix up their resumes to land a job. What about a tool that turns your blog into a podcast, or a calculator to help you plan for financial independence? You could even build your own paid newsletter and skip all those platform fees. These are all real things people are building right now, just by talking to an AI.
So who is this really for? Let's get into it, because this gives a new creative superpower to a much bigger group of people than you might think.
Does this sound like you? You're the idea person, the entrepreneur. Well, vibe coding is about to be your new best friend. It gets rid of what some people call creative friction. You know, that feeling when all the technical stuff starts to crush your initial excitement. Now, if you can explain it, you can build it. Your creativity is finally free from all those technical chains.
Or hey, maybe you're a professional, but not in a tech role. You see problems at work all the time that some simple little tool could solve, that you can't wait months for a dev team to maybe get to it. With vibe coding, you can just build it yourself. An expense tracker, a project dashboard, you can now create the exact tools you need to make your own job easier.
And what if you're already a developer? Even pros are using this stuff. Why? Speed. Simple as that. You can get prototypes built and tested in a tiny fraction of the time. It lets you focus on the important stuff, the core idea, the user experience, while the AI handles all that boring, repetitive boilerplate code. It's not about replacing your skills, it's about making you way, way faster. Okay, time for a little reality check. Because it's not always perfect code on the first try. Sometimes your AI gets a little weird. And you know what? That is totally okay. Honestly, the best way to think about it is this. Your AI is like a brilliant intern. It's ridiculously fast, knows a ton, but sometimes it just trips over its own feet and makes a mess. Getting an error isn't you failing, it's just part of the process, kind of like working with a person. You just have to know how to nudge them back in the right direction. And thankfully, nudging them is just another conversation. This simple 5-step process is your secret weapon. When your app breaks, and it will, don't panic.
Just right-click in your browser and hit Inspect. Find the Console tab. That's basically the computer's complaint department. Copy whatever red error text you see, paste it back to the AI, and just say, "Fix this." I'm serious, that's it. 9 times out of 10, the AI will realize its mistake and tell you how to fix it.
All right, we've covered the what, the why, and the what if it breaks. Now for the fun part, the how. Let's make this super actionable and give you everything you need to build your first app, like today.
First things first, you need a tool. Platforms like Base44 and Maka are awesome because they're designed to build a whole app, front-end, back-end, the whole shebang, just through conversation. If you're a developer who wants a bit more control, something like Cursor is an editor built for this. And hey, if you just want to dip your toes in, you can even start with ChatGPT for really simple stuff.
And the process itself is just beautiful. You pick a tool, start a new project, and write one clear sentence describing your app. Then you just watch. The AI builds the first version in seconds. From there, it's just a back and forth. You refine it, ask for changes, add new features, and whenever you're happy, you publish it with one click.
And to make it even easier, here you go. Here is your first prompt. You can literally copy and paste it. It's simple, it's clear, and it gives the AI a specific direction. Create a simple habit tracker app to help me achieve my goals for this year. Give it a purple theme. It's the perfect beginner project, and a prompt like this is all you need to get a real working app as your starting point. So as we wrap things up, just remember these 3 things. 1, your job now is to be the visionary. Focus on the what, not the how. 2, treat this like a conversation. Your first draft won't be perfect, and that's the whole point. You refine it. And 3, the barrier to entry is gone. You could literally start building the second this is over.
That massive wall between a thought in your head and a piece of working software has pretty much been torn down. You're not blocked by technical knowledge anymore. You're really only limited by how clearly you can describe what you want to create. So, that leaves just one question. What are you going to build first?